So today I'm going to be talking about Lavender Brown, and this is completely not scripted, so if it seems like it's not scripted, that's because it's not. Let me just say that when I first read Lavender Brown's character, when she gets into her romance with Ron, that I was super anti-Lavender because I really liked Ron and Hermione together. I know that what I said doesn't really make any sense, because Ron and Hermione end up getting together and it's really obvious that they're going to anyway, even though Lavender dates Ron. But when I was first reading Half-Blood Prince, I was like, oh hell no, she is not going after Hermione's man. Me being Hermione, of course. Before I start talking about book Lavender, I would like to touch on movie Lavender. Did anybody else notice that in Prisoner of Azkaban, she was black, and when she started to have a prominent role dating Ron, she's white! She is white. All of a sudden. Basically, you can be black in a movie if you have a non-speaking role and you're in the background, but once your character has a role to play, white! Okay, so now that we've proven that we don't live in a post-racial society, we often see book Lavender with her friend Parvati Patil. So Harry, Ron, and Hermione have never really been fans of Lavender and Parvati. They're just in Gryffindor house with them. We do see the women being attached to animals thing when Professor Grubbly Plank takes over Hagrid's care of magical creatures class, and she shows them unicorns. It's not a very dangerous thing to show students, and Lavender and Parvati are really into it because they're like, it's beautiful, it's a unicorn! So basically, throughout the books, they're seen as, like, typically feminine, and not that it's a bad thing, but, I mean, it just fuels the oncoming hatred of Lavender in Half-Blood Prince. So in Half-Blood Prince, Lavender has a thing for Ron, and Ron is Ron. So he has a thing with Lavender. Treatment of Lavender is terrible. From Fred and George to Hermione to Harry, everybody thinks of Lavender as like the slut who just goes around and has relationships with everyone, except we've never seen her in a relationship besides Ron. Can you people just think about that for a second? Like, really, really? Look, I'm sorry, J.K. Rowling, but the fact that Ron and Hermione basically got together, not that we saw them kiss or anything, they basically got together after Lavender saw like Ron and Hermione going into, I think, like the Gryffindor boys' dorm together, and she was like, he's going up there with her, and that was basically like the end of their relationship and the start of like Ron and Hermione like cuddling, and then we see them at like Dumbledore's funeral like sobbing on each other. The fact that this girl, this character who has like been a minor character for all books, just suddenly comes up to play the role of the slut basically, and like the other woman, she's basically just there for us to laugh at and be annoyed by, which is pretty common for women characters. Basically, she's just portrayed as a catty bitch. Ron realizes that he needs more from a relationship than snogging, which is apparently all Lavender's good for. Not that Ron has like tried to talk to her or anything. He just avoids her. I think this says more about Ron's character than it does about Lavender's character. Also, the fact that she just mysteriously dies at the end. Yeah, a lot of people died in the Battle of Hogwarts, but did it have to be the girl that Ron had a fling with that we were supposed to hate? She's basically just the airhead girl. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything about Ron. She sends him a My Sweetheart necklace, which, like, if Ron was a better boyfriend, he could have been like, he goes along with it. What do you expect Lavender to think? She's never been close with Ron. She probably just thinks he's like any other guy, which he is. I mean, yes, that part is funny because Ron's reaction to it, and then Harry finds like a maggot in his hair or something. I don't even know, that scene is weird. And again, Lavender is a fighter, she participates in the DA, and she's definitely in the Battle of Hogwarts. Seems like a really good person. We never really see that side because we're too preoccupied with the Half-Blood Prince Lavender, who's like the other woman who's running around with Ron and not being sincere, even though if you take out all other characters from the picture and just look at Ron and Lavender's relationship, Ron is the one at fault. Lavender is a little extreme and a little over the top, but Ron is the one who's lying to her, doing it just because he wants to make Hermione jealous. There's a crap ton of stuff wrong with Ron, and yet I'm pretty sure that people focus on Lavender as it's like her fault. She should have known that Hermione was, that's her man. She wouldn't know that because Ron did not say so. So why are we blaming Lavender? I don't know, I think she's a great character. Yeah, so I'll take any suggestions of more women characters to talk about, and in general, I'll be talking about them a lot. Bye!